Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Usually preceded by in, a detail or point. It differs in that respect. The condition of being honored, esteemed or respected or well regarded. An attitude of admiration or esteem. She lost all respect for him. A feeling of friendship and esteem. He inspires respect. Regard highly. Think much of. I respect his judgment. Show respect towards. Behavior intended to please your parents. He went to law school out of respect for his father's wishes. Courteous regard for people's feelings. Out of respect for his privacy. A courteous expression, by word or deed, of esteem or regard. Be sure to give my respects to the dean. Usually preceded by in, a detail or point. The condition of being honored, esteemed or respected or well regarded. A man who has earned high regard. An attitude of admiration or esteem. A feeling of friendship and esteem. She mistook his manly regard for love. Paying particular notice, as to children or helpless people. Usually plural, a polite expression of desire for someone's welfare. Give him my kind regards. Look at attentively. Connect closely and often incriminatingly. A long fixed look. Deem to be. The condition of being honored, esteemed or respected or well regarded. It is held in esteem. An attitude of admiration or esteem. Look on as or consider. Regard highly. Think much of. A feeling of delighted approval and liking. To move or force, especially in an effort to get something open. Regard highly. Think much of. Make an uninvited or presumptuous inquiry. Goods or money obtained illegally. To move or force, especially in an effort to get something open. Regard highly. Think much of. We prize his creativity. Something given for victory or superiority in a contest or competition or for winning a lottery. The prize was a free trip to Europe. Something given as a token of victory. Hold dear. I prize these old photographs. Of superior grade. Prize carnations. Regard highly. Think much of. Music. The relative duration of a musical note. Hold dear. Estimate the value of. The amount, of money or goods or services, that is considered to be a fair equivalent for something else. He tried to estimate the value of the produce at normal prices. Evaluate or estimate the nature, quality, ability, extent, or significance of. An ideal accepted by some individual or group. He has old-fashioned values. A numerical quantity measured or assigned or computed. The value assigned was 16 milliseconds. Fix or determine the value of. Assign a value to. Value the jewelry and artwork in the estate. Relative darkness or lightness of a color. I establish the colors and principal values by organizing the painting into 3 values: dark, medium and light. The quality, positive or negative, that renders something desirable or valuable. The Shakespearean Shylock is of dubious value in the modern world. Show respect towards. Act in accordance with someone's rules, commands, or wishes. Abide by the rules. The state of being honored. Bestow honor or rewards upon. Today we honor our soldiers. The quality of being honorable and having a good name. A man of honor. Show respect towards. Honor your parents. Accept as pay. We honor checks and drafts. A woman's virtue or chastity. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. The state of being honored. Bestow honor or rewards upon. The quality of being honorable and having a good name. Show respect towards. Accept as pay. A woman's virtue or chastity. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. Conform one's action or practice to. Discover or determine the existence, presence, or fact of. Show respect towards. Behave as expected during of holidays or rites. Follow with the eyes or the mind. Make mention of. She observed that his presentation took up too much time. Stick to correctly or closely. Observe with care or pay close attention to. Watch attentively. Please observe the reaction of these 2 chemicals. The act of obeying, dutiful or submissive behavior with respect to another person. Behavior intended to please your parents. Their children were never very strong on obedience. The trait of being willing to obey. Courteous regard for people's feelings. In deference to your wishes. A courteous expression, by word or deed, of esteem or regard. His deference to her wishes was very flattering. A disposition or tendency to yield to the will of others. Courteous regard for people's feelings. A small part that can be considered separately from the whole. It was perfect in all details. A temporary military unit. An isolated fact that is considered separately from the whole. Several of the details are similar. A crew of workers selected for a particular task. A detail was sent to remove the fallen trees. Assigned to a specific task. The ambulances were detailed to the fire station. Extended treatment of particulars. The essay contained too much detail. Provide details for. An individual instance of a type of symbol. A distinct part that can be specified separately in a group of things that could be enumerated on a list. He noticed an item in the New York Times. A small part that can be considered separately from the whole. An isolated fact that is considered separately from the whole. A whole individual unit, especially when included in a list or collection. They reduced the price on many items. Be oriented. The weather vane points north. Sail close to the wind. Repair the joints of bricks. Point a chimney. Any of 32 horizontal directions indicated on the card of a compass. He checked the point on his compass. Be a signal for or a symptom of. Her behavior points to a severe neurosis. A specific identifiable position in a continuum or series or especially in a process. A distinct part that can be specified separately in a group of things that could be enumerated on a list. The main point on the agenda was taken up first. An outstanding characteristic. His acting was one of the high points of the movie. A V shape. The cannibal's teeth were filed to sharp points. A contact in the distributor. As the rotor turns, its projecting arm contacts them and current flows to the spark plugs. The dot at the left of a decimal fraction. Direct into a position for use. Point a gun. Indicate a place, direction, person, or thing, either spatially or figuratively. He pointed to the empty parking space. The property of a shape that tapers to a sharp tip. The gun muzzle's direction. He held me up at the point of a gun. A V-shaped mark at one end of an arrow pointer. The point of the arrow was due north. An isolated fact that is considered separately from the whole. A point of information. A wall socket. An instant of time. At that point I had to leave. A very small circular shape. A row of points. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. Give a point to. Intend something, to move towards a certain goal. A punctuation mark, placed at the end of a declarative sentence to indicate a full stop or after abbreviations. A brief version of the essential meaning of something. Get to the point. A distinguishing or individuating characteristic. He knows my bad points as well as my good points. A geometric element that has position but no extension. A point is defined by its coordinates. A linear unit used to measure the size of type, approximately 1/72 inch. A promontory extending out into a large body of water. They sailed south around the point. A style in speech or writing that arrests attention and has a penetrating or convincing quality or effect. Be positionable in a specified manner. The gun points with ease. Indicate the presence of game by standing and pointing with the muzzle. The dog pointed the dead duck. Mark, a psalm text, to indicate the points at which the music changes. Mark, Hebrew words, with diacritics. Mark with diacritics. Point the letter. 1% of the total principal of a loan. It is paid at the time the loan is made and is independent of the interest on the loan. Sharp end. He stuck the point of the knife into a tree. The object of an activity. What is the point of discussing it? The precise location of something, a spatially limited location. She walked to a point where she could survey the whole street. The unit of counting in scoring a game or contest. He scored 20 points in the first half. The state of being honored. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. A complex mental state involving beliefs and feelings and values and dispositions to act in certain ways. The arrangement of the body and its limbs. He assumed an attitude of surrender. A complex mental state involving beliefs and feelings and values and dispositions to act in certain ways. He had the attitude that work was fun. A theatrical pose created for effect. The actor struck just the right attitude. Position of aircraft or spacecraft relative to a frame of reference, the horizon or direction of motion. A positive feeling of liking. He had trouble expressing the affection he felt. A quality proceeding from feelings of affection or love. A positive feeling of liking. A quality proceeding from feelings of affection or love. A predisposition to like something. He had a fondness for whiskey. A positive feeling of liking. The hollow muscular organ located behind the sternum and between the lungs. Its rhythmic contractions move the blood through the body. He stood still, his heart thumping wildly. The courage to carry on. You haven't got the heart for baseball. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. They ran forward into the heart of the struggle. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The heart and soul of the Republican Party. The locus of feelings and intuitions. In your heart you know it is true. A positive feeling of liking. The child won everyone's heart. An inclination or tendency of a certain kind. He had a change of heart. A firm rather dry variety meat, usually beef or veal. A 5-pound beef heart will serve 6. A plain figure with rounded sides curving inward at the top and intersecting at the bottom, conventionally used on playing cards and valentines. He drew a heart and called it a valentine. A playing card in the major suit that has one or more red hearts on it. He led the Queen of Hearts. A positive feeling of liking. A feeling of concern for the welfare of someone, especially someone defenseless. Warm, compassionate feelings. A pain that is felt, as when the area is touched. The best results are generally obtained by inserting the needle into the point of maximum tenderness. A positive feeling of liking. A tendency to express warm and affectionate feeling. A warm-hearted feeling. A positive feeling of liking. A positive feeling of liking. The warmness of his welcome made us feel right at home. The quality of having a moderate degree of heat. Have faith or confidence in. Judge to be probable. Take account of. You have to reckon with our opponents. Expect, believe, or suppose. Deem to be. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. The act of looking or seeing or observing. He tried to get a better view of it. See or watch. View a show on television. Graphic art consisting of the graphic or photographic representation of a visual percept. Figure 2 shows photographic and schematic views of the equipment. Look at carefully, study mentally. View a problem. a way of regarding situations or topics, etc. Consider what follows from the positivist view. The range of the eye. They were soon out of view. A personal belief or judgment that is not founded on proof or certainty. The visual percept of a region. The most desirable feature of the park are the beautiful views. A message expressing a belief about something. The expression of a belief that is held with confidence but not substantiated by positive knowledge or proof. Deemed to be. She views this quite differently from me. The range of interest or activity that can be anticipated. Outward appearance. They look the same in outward view. Purpose. The phrase, with a view to, means, with the intention of, or, for the purpose of. He took the computer with a view to pawning it. Show consideration for, take into account. You must consider her age. Give careful consideration to. Consider the possibility of moving. Judge or regard. Look upon, judge. Look at carefully, study mentally. Think about carefully, weigh. They considered the possibility of a strike. Look at attentively. Take into consideration for exemplifying purposes. Deemed to be. I consider her to be shallow. Regard or treat with consideration, respect, and esteem. Please consider your family. Take charge of or deal with. Could you see about lunch? Make sense of. Assign a meaning to. What message do you see in this letter? Go to see a place, as for entertainment. We went to see the Eiffel Tower in the morning. See or watch. This program will be seen all over the world. Get to know or become aware of, usually accidentally. I see that you have been promoted. Date regularly. Have a steady relationship with. Did you know that she is seeing an older man? Find out, learn, or determine with certainty, usually by making an inquiry or other effort. I want to see whether she speaks French. Perceive or be contemporaneous with. You'll see a lot of cheating in this school. Undergo or live through a difficult experience. Be careful or certain to do something. Make certain of something. Come together. I'll probably see you at the meeting. Accompany or escort. I'll see you to the door. Perceive, an idea or situation, mentally. Now I see. Imagine. Conceive of. See in one's mind. I can't see him on horseback. Observe, check out, and look over carefully or inspect. I must see your passport before you can enter the country. Deemed to be. I don't see the situation quite as negatively as you do. Deliberate or decide. Let's see, which movie should we see tonight? Go to see for a social visit. I went to see my friend Mary the other day. Go to see for professional or business reasons. You should see a lawyer. Match or meet. Observe as if with an eye. Perceive by sight or have the power to perceive by sight. You have to be a good observer to see all the details. Receive as a specified guest. The doctor will see you now. See and understand, have a good eye. The artist must first learn to see. The seat within a bishop's diocese where his cathedral is located.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.